So I told you yesterday that I'm staying at the 49ers team hotel in Cincinnati. I rolled up Friday night around 1 in the morning. They rolled up Friday night around 1 in the morning. They rolled up like 400 people deep. That's a lot of 49ers players, family, coaches, equipment, security. It's an army. And what's interesting about it is it's probably the nicest hotel in downtown Cincinnati. Uh, this army of millionaire athletes and 3 elevators. And a lot of people from out of town, maybe from Kentucky, who don't know about this game and are pissed about it. Like they're just standing there waiting for minutes and minutes and minutes, turning to be like, no one told me there was going to be a football game. No one told me. Pretty funny. Anyway, so you get in a elevator finally, and it's just stopping at every floor because there's a lot of 49ers here, and I ran into a lot of people yesterday. First off, Friday night, I forgot to tell you, as I was coming up to my room, Greg Papa came into the elevator at the same time. Now, this is a little awkward because he took a shot at me after the game on Seattle, said that my question was stupid. And then I took a shot at him on Twitter and said that Greg Papa is the voice of the Raiders, not the 49ers, and I can't stand his voice. That's how I feel. So he's standing right next to me, and I'm thinking, oh, this is awkward. He could be like, hey, I read that tweet, asshole. Be like, yeah, that was me. But he didn't. I don't think he cares. I don't know if he read it. He was just the loud guy in the elevator. You know what I mean? The guy who doesn't modulate his voice or stop his conversation at all. So I got to hear his entire plans for the night. And, it's that same voice he uses to announce games that really gives me a headache. So that was cool to see him. In the morning, riding the elevator, ran into Bobby Slowick, the past game coordinator, tried to make small talk. He wasn't having it. I was like, hey, so got meetings today? He was like, yep. I was like, oh, cool. Like, you got them all day? He was like, here and there. Okay, well, good luck. So I saw him. Then later, I was leaving to go get lunch, and I was going down the elevator, and the third floor is the Niners floor. That's where all the meetings are, and that's where players usually try to leave and then give, that look where, you're going down the elevator and it's all full and someone's about to come in and then they're surprised to give you that, ooh, sorry look. So the elevator wasn't full though. It was just, I was in it and it opened up and Kwan Williams saw me and we were just looking at each other. And I almost said, hey, Kwan, like we were friends because I've known him for 5 years, but we're not friends. And he gave me the, ooh, and just stood there kind of awkwardly and didn't come in the elevator. And doors closed and it went down. So I tweeted that in the elevator. I thought it was so great that Kwan Williams just froze and made a decision not to come. You know what? It's probably the right decision. Anyway, so I saw Kwan. He didn't ride the elevator with me. Then I came back from lunch. Remember, there's 3 elevators. So you're not missing Niners if they're coming. If they're coming out, you're seeing them anyway, Ben Peterson, the guy that I just said a couple of days ago on YouTube that the Niners should fire. I mean, really, if you Google his name, there's just a bunch of videos from me saying the Niners should fire him. So I saw him and I was like, oh God, he's like 6'8", and I think he saw me, but I don't know. So I kind of avoided him. I'm not proud of that. Then I went out to dinner, came back. As I was coming back around 8 o'clock, Adam Peters and Wes Welker were leaving together to go somewhere, which I thought was cool. A little late, but we're all on West Coast time. And they're really, really snazzy dressers. Both of them. I mean, Adam Peters clearly had he wears like $1,000 jacket on, really snazzy. But then you got Wes Welker, who's more of like a Seattle chic kind of guy. I mean, Patagonia all the way. Probably did some shopping last week while I was there as well. So he's a Patagonia guy. I saw those two guys. And I felt like Welker, as he walked by, sort of turned and looked at me. That's the feeling. But I can't confirm it. But I kind of feel like they were like, oh, man, that's – because it was me. Anyway, that was that. And then what I did, I met up with a colleague of mine at a different bar, at a different hotel, came back, think, I want to go check out the bar to see who's there. Turns out there's someone wearing a Trent Sherfield jersey. Now I'm thinking this is either the biggest Trent Sherfield fan in the world or his relative. Turns out it's his relative. Now I've met multiple Sherfield relatives. In Detroit, in an elevator, I met one of his cousins. This was his uncle. And the uncle and I and a couple of other a Niners security dude and a fan just talk football for about an hour. And that conversation I will leave private, but it was really cool to meet Trent Sherfield's uncle, who's probably my age. Trent Sherfield's 25. And to sort of pop up and surprise all these 49ers when they weren't expecting to see me. You know, they're ready for me on a Wednesday in the auditorium, but they're not ready for me in Cincinnati in their team hotel. Anyway, sorry, I didn't do this on purpose. It was a coinky dink. That's my experience in the team hotel. Game starts in a few hours. I'm gonna be walking over. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Cohn phone tonight. A special Cohn phone after my rant. So we can have your rant as well. We can talk. I think instead of doing it before the game, let's do it after the game tonight. Cohn phone tonight. See you there.